Scot Schmidt's really the original free skier. He's the first guy who became a superstar in the sport by being in films rather than competing. The first time I saw that guy ski back in the Warren Miller and Greg Stump movies, I was blown away. I mean, here was this guy that would hit these huge cliff drops and fly through the air with so much style and ski so smoothly that I know I wanted to be just like him, and I think every skier of my generation wanted to be just like him. When The Blizzard of Ahhhs came out, he became freeskiing's first real superstar, and to me there was no bigger celebrity on earth. I feel like a little kid. I'm driving south right now through Montana and heading to spend a week skiing with Scot Schmidt. It's kind of like a dream come true.
Sitting in that theater and watching myself on the big screen, I've never seen myself on the big screen before. I just went to rubber. It's like, wow, this is actually pretty cool. Blizzard of Ahhhs kind of changed everything, practically overnight. It was loose and it was fun. We could actually be ourselves and, do what we want.
When Scott showed me the spot off the top of the Grand Montée that he wanted to ski into, I really didn't want to have anything to do with it. It just looked too nasty. But Scot Schmidt is one of the world's best extreme skiers, so you have to trust him. He said he was going in, we said we'd shoot it. Scott's path would take him through a 2-meter wide shot at the top at approximately 40 miles an hour. He would then veer to his left and catch air at close to 50, stopping before the crevasse which stretched the entire width of the bottom of the chute.
Scenes like that are just burned into my mind after seeing that film, and after spending some time with the skier that influenced me and so many others, I started to wonder, who influenced him?
I looked up to the World Cup racers in the late 70s, like Ingemar Stenmark and Gustavo, and those guys were my idols back then. They knew how to bend a ski. I said, I want to figure out how those guys are doing that. That's kind of how I developed my style, was by idolizing those guys. It works really well for film and photography because it's very angular and very dynamic. And if you come in with a little bit of speed, it's pretty explosive looking. After 25 years of doing films, I was kind of starting to lose my passion a little bit for the sport. It became, it just felt like I wasn't skiing. Yeah, don't get me wrong, those trips are fantastic and you get to go to some of the best places in the world, but it gets old standing on a ridge for an hour waiting for the sun to come out from behind the cloud and then trying to have the run of your life. You've got to be really good at processing, fear and anxiety and understanding where that fine line is with your ability versus your courage. It's a real game.
There's always a risk in meeting one of your heroes. I mean, people tend to build people up into what they want them to be. But I can confirm that Scot Schmidt is still a skier. He lives in a cabin on the side of the mountain and pretty much skis every day, all winter long.
I've been skiing here at Big Sky and the Yellowstone Club for 11 years now. They actually asked me if I could come through every winter and ski with pre-booked groups. At first I was kind of concerned that, this isn't really a good fit for me, but then I started meeting the people and I started skiing the terrain, and the people are here for the right reasons, for the skiing. I don't miss the travel, honestly. I've been a man without a mountain for a long time. Now I'm slopeside and living in the cabin and skiing every day and getting my passion back.
As we cruised around the Yellowstone Club, one big question was still sitting in the back of my mind. At 52 years old, can Scot Schmidt still rip it like he used to?
When somebody comes up to you and honestly and just wholeheartedly says, "You're such an inspiration, you changed my life, here's my story," that gives me goosebumps, you know, because that was a little fork in the road for that guy. I would have to say that's probably the best thing out of my career, that, you know, my own personal pursuits actually kind of made a difference to other people's lives.